What's more terrifying than taking a chance? Pretty much nothing for some of us, right? It's scary to be vulnerable because someone might judge you. And remember, no one has the right to judge you for being different, for being successful, for completely failing at everything. Taking a chance really exposes us to things we haven't experienced before. And it's not easy. I know for myself that when doors of opportunity would open up, out of fear, I would kick them back shut because I was absolutely scared to death at what kind of lie on the other side of that. Now, maybe not so much. I learned to kick those doors open, even if opportunity didn't present itself, because I'm willing to take that chance on me, on others, on opportunity. Dude, seriously, step out of your comfort zone on new adventures, and that's super exciting for me. What I learned really was that staying the same never changed anything. And I remember constantly being upset about how my life was, and I was only okay with it staying the same. That didn't make any sense to me. So I started to learn more about taking chances. Little tiny forward steps, forward motion is how I kind of began to move in the right direction. And instead of thinking of all the things that could go wrong, which is definitely what I tended to do, I had to train myself to start thinking of what could go right and constantly think of those things when I was going to take those chances that I was about to take. And I was at my worst at some points. I've discussed at length that I struggled with anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. And when I was at my absolute lowest, I thought to myself, I'm taking responsibility for possibly ending my life. So what happens if I take responsibility and take a chance on myself for living my life? What happens then? I didn't know. But I knew without taking a chance, I could never make that happen. I could never move forward. I could only stay the same. And I started to not be okay with that. And my biggest concerns were that people were going to talk about me. They were going to talk negatively about who I was, about what I was about, whether I was succeeding or whether I was failing. And I realized that they were going to talk. That's their world. That's their negativity. That's their judgment. And that's none of my business. So I stopped worrying about it. Stopped worrying about what they were going to say. And I started worrying about what could go right. And started focusing on the positive and moving forward and taking chances, stepping outside my comfort zone and my box. So I asked myself, what am I willing to take a chance on? And I went back to my childhood and started thinking, I'm going to take a chance on the things that people in my small town told me that I'd never be able to achieve. For me, there's 3 things. And I encourage anyone watching to grab a piece of paper or pull out their telephone and jot their 3 dreams. It could be, maybe you want to be a cowboy or a rancher or an actor or a police officer or a friggin' astronaut. And people probably told you were crazy and that it'd never happen or that the odds were against you. Well, guess what? They were against me too. But if we don't have a goal, if we don't have a destination, if we're not willing to take a chance on things, we tend to be stagnant. We tend to wallow in the state of affairs that we're currently in. And I was just not okay with that. So again, if you get a chance, pull out a piece of paper, scribble down your 3 biggest dreams. For me, I decided I was going to take a chance on writing books, on traveling the world, and changing lives. 3 things people told me there's no way I'd ever be able to achieve, but I set out to do them. I took a chance and I started taking action immediately. You can't start following your dreams without taking a chance on that first step. I took a chance on writing every day. I started writing sentences. Those sentences became paragraphs. Those paragraphs became pages. And then ultimately I had a book. I took a chance. I took action. I had a good positive result. Did it sell great? Not at all. And were people talking about how bad it was or how unsuccessful it was? Or to the other side of that, how awesome it was I had a book, how great it was that I achieved a goal? Yeah, they were talking about all those things. How much of that mattered? Well, not a lot, really, because I was reaching goals. I was getting to the place that I wanted to go. And that was extremely important, both for my confidence, for reducing anxiety, for worrying about those judgments, and for consistently moving forward, because we all have challenges. And they're a lot less than those dreams that I had you write down a moment ago, or that I had. There's the everyday challenges that we have. School, work, homework, friends, drama, parents. That's all tough. And it's not easy to deal with those challenges every day. But the only way to overcome them is to take a chance, right? On you first. Get out there. Try some new things. Push yourself a little bit. When I was going through some of these things and started being successful, I kind of failed on taking chances for others and on others. And I started to regress a little bit until I started being vulnerable and explaining myself and discussing things like anxiety and depression and some of the things I was struggling with to start climbing those mountains and get where I wanted to go. But it took taking a chance on myself and taking a chance on other people in order to be successful, to feel less alone, to kind of escape where I was at. And that's very important. Taking a chance on someone else is sometimes equally or more important than taking a chance on yourself. And I know you can do it. I know that you want to be happy, that you want to have experiences. Everybody wants to be that guy at the party that can tell a zillion stories. The only way to get there is to take a chance. And I support you in taking those chances. You're going to fail sometimes. It's not going to be easy. But I assure you, it'll be worth it every time. Because you'll either be successful or you'll learn. That's how it was for me. But I know you can do it too. Thank you very much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Check out joshuacoburn.com. And check out the Relief and Resource Center for other information on the things you're struggling with. You take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.